can you share with us, what inspired you to go into predictive analytics? I mean, was that even in your sphere when you were younger? Was that something like that, or was it you just liked math, or how? Like, what was sort of the first moment when you realized that you know? And I don't think STEM was even a word back then, like was even a thing, right? But
Oh.
like, how did your journey start on in this analytical world?
Yeah, well, I think like with everything, you look back and you go, "Oh, that was an interesting path I followed." I think my interest in math and science started very early. So that was always something, in school that I enjoyed. I never really understood what engineering was, but my dad was an engineer. And so he was the first one that, sort of encouraged me to consider engineering. Um, and so I picked that as the major I was going to have in college without really knowing much about what he did. But knowing, based on what he said, you like math and science, you're going to like engineering. Um, and then the only thing that was sort of a childhood spark that, sort of clicked for me in college was we used to go on these factory tours, and I always loved them. I found them fascinating, and just watching how things got made. And when I was in college, I learned that there was a track for in mechanical engineering, which was what I was studying for manufacturing management. So that was what my first job was in Procter& Gamble, was to manage a production line, which, to me was like nirvana. That was always what I thought I would, was interested in and was very excited when I first started at P&G.
Wait, Nirvana was a manufacturing production line?
Exactly, I know.
Wait, I just wanna make sure I heard that right. Nirvana or manufacturing production line.
I was so excited, my line about 300 bottles a minute. I was fascinated by it. But pretty quickly I realized running the line was very different than what I had anticipated because I was managing the people running the line. I was not working with the equipment. I was really just running an operation of 35 employees, which, there were a whole bunch of things going on in my plant at the time. And so pretty quickly, I realized that what I thought was my dream job was not my dream job at all. It was a three-shift operation. It was, everybody in my hiring class, with the exception of me, was gone within 3 years. Um, so, here I was at Procter& Gamble, this very big company in Cincinnati, meeting a lot of people doing interesting things in other parts of the company. And that's when I started to make the move into research and development.